my name's Hannah. I'm from Liverpool in England and I'm working in Guatemala in a place called Zaragoza, which is about an hour and a half from Guatemala City. I went, became a Christian at uni, and after that I went on step to Peru, where we are now, and Ecuador, and ever since then I've always wanted to come back, but for a long time didn't know if it was me that wanted to come back or if God wanted me to come back. And then in about January 2008 I really started praying more about going back, and God just confirmed it to me over and over and over again. But it was quite a scary thing because I had to leave my job and my house and my car and everything. So, but throughout that process God confirmed it to me again and again and again. So, and now I'm here. I trained to be a dietitian, so I worked in hospital and community setting with adults for 5 years. Yes, I have been, so I'm doing various different projects in Zaragoza. So I'm working with kids 3 afternoons a week in an after-school club, which is obviously not using nutrition really, but I will be teaching a little bit of nutrition to them, like fruit and veg and the importance of that, and trying to make it quite practical as well. But I'm also working with the mothers of those kids, so they're kids that need to repeat years in school, and their mums already come to an adult literacy class, which I'm also helping out with, which is Spanish, but I'm also going to be doing a nutrition club with the mothers. So I've sort of been planning an 8-week course with them, so it's all on a balanced diet. What is a balanced diet? But it's also trying to use the products that are available to them, because we found out that there's a lot of fruit and veg grown in the community but they don't actually eat it. A lot of them sell it and then use the money to buy like sweets and things like that. So obviously it's quite a mindset thing, so it'll be quite hard for them to change, but just doing things gradually and trying to explain the importance of. And I've also been working in another town doing some nutritionist work as well in an indigenous community there with a health development worker, so developing some leaflets and things on diabetes as well. Well, I live with one lady in her house in Zaragoza. So it's quite a small rural village, so it's quite different to Liverpool, where I'm used to. There's hardly any cars, it's just people walking their goats around. It's a lot of farming around the edge of the town. There's not much there, it's like a square, a few shops and a tortilleria, but that's it, so it's quite quiet. And yeah, I just live with one lady, but her family live right next door in the adjoining house, so I spend quite a lot of the time with the family. So obviously that's quite different to at home, because I live by myself at home, so it's quite different, but it's good, and the food's very different, but I'm getting to like it. Lots of frijoles and tortillas. The adaptation of living with someone as well from the start, because I've lived by myself for like 5 years, so actually just living with somebody again, but also the fact that she doesn't speak English at all, the family don't speak English, so I think that's been a really big challenge. And also the way that things change, you know, you think, oh, I'm going to do this project, and then it changes, and yeah, you've just got to sort of go with it, but also say, you know, what you're convicted to do as well. So that's been quite difficult, trying to do all that in Spanish as well. And also like I find everything seems to be quite last minute as well, you know, it's like, okay, we're going to do this, and no one tells you about it until like the night before what you actually need to do, and it's all like, Main things are like just to trust him all the time, because obviously sometimes there's just nothing else you can do. It's like I really have no idea how I'm also going to be teaching English in the school. I have no experience, I'm not a teacher, I've never taught English, I have no experience of that. Also doing the nutrition club, I I could do that in English, but doing it in Spanish in a different culture where they eat different foods. So there's a lot of fear sometimes, but it's just making sure that I think, no, it's okay, God's here with me, and so just putting my trust in God all the time, and yeah, just being flexible and willing to change what I'm doing as well. We had a nativity scene, so during the week we practiced the play through the week, and then on the last day we presented it to the whole community, and a whole stable was built in the local square, and we walked through the town with all the animals and Mary on the back of a donkey and everything, and then the whole town was there and all the kids were really excited. They all got dressed up. So. Well, for me it's really good because I'm close to quite a lot of other people in Guatemala that are doing Stride, and also Suzanne. So Suzanne is the short-term coordinator and she's really good at supporting us. And yeah, from people from the office, Catherine and John, talk to them on Skype quite a bit, typing, so that's been good as well. So just do it. Just before I came away, someone said to me, like, you'll never be happy until you're doing God's will, if you know that that's what you're supposed to do, so just go and do it.
You won't know that I'm here.